Heading to the library, I'm going to get some library books. I get photography books out of the library because if I didn't, I'd go broke. They're like between 50 and 100 bucks each on average. And if you look for something kind of really special or unique, those could be even more money. So thankfully we've got a really good library system and it can borrow from all over Massachusetts. So I'm going to get some library books about photography. Hi, how are you? Well, let's take a look at a couple of these library books, shall we? Because I went to all that effort to make that clip just to show you these books. Reason I take out library books is because I'm looking for things to give me inspiration. So this is The Americans. It's by a guy named Robert Frank. And what I like about it is there's a mix of some of the world's most famous people here, and then there's just regular people going about their lives. And what I love is just, this is a time when there wasn't any digital photography, so every one of these shots is film. He didn't know how it was going to turn out for some amount of time. And there's just all kinds of story being told in these bits, you know, and some of these people, like I said, are famous. Some of these people are just workers out doing work. I love this sort of thing because this is what drives me. This is what makes me think there's something useful in every moment if you go looking for it. Like there's some, look at these people here kind of having their conversation. There's just something kind of worth it. So I like a book like this. I like a book that gives me something to consider. And using the library is great because it's free. It's a shared resource. I can bring it back. I mean, I think there's just so much fun in looking at this. This, by the way, is Slideshow, which is Helen Levitt. Let me think of her name for a second. But just look. I mean, look at this guy. Who wouldn't want to take this photo, right? Or this lady on roller skates. I didn't even notice the skates at first. Because look, there's a lot going on in this picture, right? I grew up in libraries. I grew up since very young childhood hanging out in them. So much so that when I was age 13, kids would call the library to find me. This was before cell phones. So much so that I worked in a library. It was my first paying job. And I was a library page, which is the person who put away books. But I quickly wormed my way into circulation and even nosed my way around reference, which required you to have actual degrees to do, but they'd still let me do my best attempt at it. It's fun. It's fun to learn that way. And I use it to learn about my photography and, of course, the rest of the world as need be.